Hey guys, what's going on? It's DaleyGaming here, and I am back with some more Men of War Assault Squad 2 Born in the Fire America mod. This is actually a map I've used before. It is made by Dan the Strategist. Great mapper, you should definitely go check him out if you haven't already. But today we're going to be using this like wheat field over here to do a British square formation battle. So essentially what happened here was the Continental Army decided to set up an ambush for the British regulars that were marching by. A huge column with a fairly important general here that was just coming down this way. So the Americans decided to do some guerrilla warfare. They have a lot less men than the British, but they're more spread out, and they're just hoping to inflict as many casualties as they possibly can. Not necessarily getting a victory, but just trying their best to dwindle the enemy numbers. So seeing this just sort of unfold before their eyes, the British quickly assembled into a square formation because they found out they were completely surrounded. So that is what they have done here. We have just a shit ton of British, probably over 100, well over 100, probably around 100 to 200. They have 4 men in the middle, probably elite guard defending the important officer here. Did I put them on hold move? I did. Good. Okay. That's good. And the Americans are surrounding them completely. Most of them are in this tall grass here. They're like Pokemon. And they are ready to fire at the British. Just pretty much completely surrounding them. And then we've got a couple of units in these shrubs over here as well. Then, yeah, there's more over here as well. Awesome. So we're going to see how this goes. We might run it once or twice just to, get the full experience, see if anything changes in between, because this is completely random and a lot of times, like, one battle they win, the other battle they lose. It's sort of the way Men of War works. Either way, let's go ahead and get started. Let's go in slow-mo for the first little volley here, just to see it. I want to get a nice sneaky close-up on the British square formation here. Like that, I guess? Sure. And then maybe the second time we run it, we get a close-up on the Americans firing into it for the start. Alright, either way, let's do it. And the firing has commenced. Looks like the British are very confused as to where to fire. And a couple of them might start lying down, but it doesn't look like they're actually doing that yet. They do have some holes in their lines now, though. They definitely got taken out a little bit by the Americans, but the Americans, they definitely have taken some losses as well because there was a full volley by the British there. Let's see. How dwindled is the line? Not very. This side took some pretty big hits, this side as well. This side remains pretty intact. Not fully intact, but pretty intact. That's kind of surprising because of the amount of Americans over there. Oh, that guy just totally obliterated that dude. Poor American. This is actually pretty cool here. The Americans facing off the British in a wheat field. Oh, that's cool. I love this mod. Easily my favorite. Alright, should we go into... Let's see this next volley, and then we'll go into regular motion. Because I know seeing it all in slow motion is kind of boring, but I do like to do it for a little while, just because we can see more areas of the map. When we're doing slow motion, at the start of the battle, and then later in the battle I like to turn it off because then we want to actually see the real battle happening and stuff like that. Alright, here we go. Second volley coming in on that line, and it looks like British starting to fire again. A couple Americans getting hit here and there. Oh boy, it is brutal here. Look at that smoke. Oh, it's like straight out of Napoleon Total War. That game was beautiful. Okay, let's go back to normal speed here. British, a couple of them missed the volley, obviously, and are firing now. The officer nor his elite guard here have fallen at all. Still got Americans in the woods here. Looks like they're reloading, getting ready to fire. Laying down, taking some cover too. British starting to fire their third volley here. Their first two were fairly devastating. I wonder, are any of the people... some people in this shrub are still alive. The ones over here have perished. These guys over here out in the open died. But then the left side seems to actually still be going strong. So the British should certainly have cleared themselves a nice little avenue to retreat, I would say this way. But the left and right, they're certainly not going to give up the chance to take out some of the continent. Words are hard, man. They're certainly not gonna miss some opportunities to take out some of the Continental Army here, especially if the Continental Army decides to continue to engage. Perhaps they thought, hey, you know what? We're actually able to eliminate a couple of these Brits here. Let's keep it rolling and try to eliminate as many as possible. Does this guy have a shot? Yeah. Oh, he missed. Well, I missed for him. Sorry, dude. I let this guy. Alright, we're aiming straight for this guy standing up. Completely missed. We saw it. Landed right there. Bummer. Oh, man. More firing. It is just devastatingly beautiful. So cool. I say second time around, we double the amount of American soldiers here because they need to wipe out more of the square formation, I feel like. And at least the square formation isn't completely lying down. A lot of times they do that in this game because there's no way to keep them from lying down, but I think them squatting is okay, but if they were all lying down, that'd be a bit boring. Americans still firing away. Surprisingly, some still alive. Let's see. Yeah, it's really only these two in the woods, two guys over here, one guy here, and one guy surprisingly still hasn't died over here, which is really kind of shocking. He hasn't fired in a while. Let's... Bam! Oh, it took a guy out immediately, and then took about 40 or 50 bullets there. That is rough. Oh, let's fire for this guy. Alright, he's got a distance to cover here, which is rough. Oh! See that? We nailed that guy right in the noggin and he didn't die. I'd say about each of the American soldiers actually have a kill. They just have such a huge target, you know? It's pretty easy. This guy's got 3. He just got torn to bits by, like, it's almost like machine gun fire. This is our last American left. Elvis Woods. The king. Let's see how he does. Big miss. Big miss. I tried. Come on, Elvis. You gotta live through this next volley. You gotta survive. They're still actually firing at some of the dead bodies over here. Sometimes the AI decides to do that. Even though there is still someone alive over here, which is odd, but, you know, whatever. So, the Americans actually went down a lot slower than I thought they would. They managed to certainly take out a lot more people. Yeah, I think this guy's just plain old hard to hit, you know? He's in the woods there. His name is Elvis Woods. And, oh, I was going to have him bolt for the hay bale, and he just got gunned down. Alright, so let's look at the deaths here. A good amount of British deaths, but I would still say the Americans probably lost more. I think the firing power of this square formation is just too good. So I'll be right back with an adjusted map here. One sec. Alright guys, so we have seriously increased the amount of American firepower here. The Brits are seriously surrounded now, just on all sides by tons of the Continental Army, and they are certainly going to take a beating here, I think. I'm trying to get a good angle. That's pretty good. Let's try and unclip camera position. That might help. There we go. That's pretty nice. And we can watch some of these American soldiers decimate some of the British here. Let's go ahead and go slow-mo for just the initial volley, I think, you know? I think it's nice. I think it's a nice thing to do. And we'll go ahead and press start here, and we will watch and see if this time the Americans can increase their amount of kills. This guy immediately getting hit twice and going down. A couple of soldiers deciding to crawl forward, which is an odd thing to do, but they did end up letting loose their volley. The British getting pretty chopped up by the Americans. The British did end up firing first, actually, which might have lackened the amount of American firepower. We're just going into normal speed now, by the way. Yeah, lots of American deaths. Continental Army suffering pretty largely, but they certainly did manage to kill quite a number of British. I think more on this first valley than the last one. These guys over here took a beating. There's 2 brave Americans standing tall, going down though. Not sure if they're technically Americans yet, but oh my god. This is brutal, guys. Absolutely brutal. Kind of epic, though. Absolutely epic, actually. But anyone standing up seems to just get taken down while they're reloading. They don't stand much of a chance. That guy managed to actually fire before getting killed, which is good on him. Yeah, the British lines are taking a lot more hits now. Oh, the officer went down, which is the Americans' mission in the first place. So this time around, they actually successfully completed their mission. Sorry about the phone in the background, guys. Um, if I was able to reach it, I'd turn it off for you guys, but not able to. Let's try firing for this guy. We're gonna zoom in on the British here so we can aim our shot pretty nicely. Let's aim for this guy standing up right here. Big miss. I don't even know where that went. It's just these guns are so inaccurate that, you know, they're supposed to be. They're muskets, but, you know. It's not as bad as the, this is probably not historically accurate, how accurate these muskets are, because you can definitely hit people at a distance with these and stuff like that. You know, it's not nearly as bad as, like, the, what was that mod called? The Napoleonic Wars mod, which was brutal. The circle for that was like an artillery circle. It was so wide, there was so much of an opportunity to miss. It was really, really bad, and battles took ages, which I think, you know, the creators wanted realism, but it became semi-brutal to just record, because it was like a battle that would normally take like 20 minutes in a Born in the Fire America mod would take like an hour in that mod because of the sheer number of people you would put down. You know, it's this same number of people, but then you decrease the accuracy, you know? So I would end up doing either less troops or just, you know, take out a chunk of my day to record it. But it was a cool mod. I really liked it. I do prefer Born in the Fire America, but, you know, that was still a good mod, for sure. I'm impressed they took... Oh, no, they didn't take the officer. I think he just got hit, and that's what I saw, maybe. One of his elite bodyguards is dead, though. The British are managing to upkeep their fire rate, which is, like, they're sort of consistently firing, which I think is better than, you know, round fires. But the colonists, they don't seem to be really firing. Some of these guys, they reload and then they never fire, which just seems odd. Yeah, like, all of these guys have shots available, they're just not firing. So I guess I'll fire for him. That guy doesn't. This guy does, though. Alright. Give me a hit here, boys. How about this guy? Yeah, keep missing. Yeah, like, this guy has fucking ammo. Fire! Nope. Big miss. Let's see here. Wait for one of them to reload and then... Alright, we're gonna march this guy forward. We're getting close. We're getting close. Come on! Oh, no! I was gonna try and get close and shoot him that way. Yeah, this guy's got ammo. Like, why aren't you firing, bud? Do I have to do everything here? Maybe laying down does something to him, like they're... Well, that's not true, because some people are firing. Yeah, these guys all have rounds, and they're not firing. There we go, we moved them, and then they started opening up. This guy's got a round. This guy also has a round. There we go, we knocked one guy there. These guys both have shots available to them. It's a weird glitch. Weird. This guy's too close to miss. Hopefully this guy too. No, we missed that. That was weird. I thought it was... There's no chance, but that's okay. Todd Griffin, he's under heavy fire. Yeah, he went down. Alright, the effectiveness of the square is increasingly going down. Now they're just completely open, you know? Alright. Well, why don't we do a little something here? We're going to retreat our American soldiers here. Going to retreat them back to the farm. Retreat! Retreat, boys! Come on, lads. What are you guys doing? No, retreat, retreat, come on. I tell you to retreat, you better retreat. You guys, stop. You're not on move freely anymore. So the Americans realize they're losing this battle, so in the heart of guerrilla warfare, they realize, hey, let's retreat, let's get out of here. We don't want to lose any more men. which I guess is a little late in the battle to do that. Those guys got mowed down. So now we've only got 5 troops left over here, and the British, they decide to pursue. So they're gonna start sending a couple squads out of the woods here, and the Americans realize, shit, we gotta stand our ground. I don't know, maybe they want to stand their ground because they want to give time for some important general or something like that who's back there to leave, you know, or something like that. I don't know. Either way, they're gonna stand their ground here. They're getting hit a little bit though from behind this fence. They just need to reload and then get off a volley. They should be able to get some kills if they do. Come on, pop up. Nice, they got one. That was the best they could do. Only one. Now the British are volleying back, but luckily it's just hitting the fence. Oh, that was a nice volley. I bet it got kills. No, it didn't. Okay. Well, the Americans are reloading again. They're going to pop up soon. See what kind of damage they can do. There we go. They got 2 kills there. But one of their own went down. Oh, brave soul popping up. Didn't manage to get anyone, but yeah, that's okay. These 2 will reload faster than the other guy. So let's see them volley. Go, guys. Oh, only one of them got their shot off. It's a shame. That one went down as well. Let's see, I'll fire for you. No! Before he could even turn around, he got downed. Alright, let's check out the devastating battle results here. A lot more British went down this time, as could be expected by the United States having more troops. This side probably got it the worst, although some of those guys that died or weren't dead here I sent this way, but they still have the most deaths on that side, it looks like. The Americans still suffered huge losses. And then when the British pursued over here, it looks like he ended up losing another 5 guys. So it was 5 for 5 with the retreat there. But either way, just kind of a fun battle I thought I'd do. I thought it was really neat. So I hope you guys did enjoy. The officer did manage to live. Let's see, his name is Caleb Bailey. DaleyGaming. Either way, thanks so much for watching. There is a link to my Discord in the description. There's a link to my Patreon in the description if you feel like donating. There's a link to my Twitter. There's a link to merch if you want to buy some dank merch, boys. There's some shirts there that have been selling pretty well. I think people like them. Either way, thanks so much for watching, guys. I've said that like 3 times, but I really do appreciate it. Slap a like on that like button. Oh god, burp. And I will talk to you all later. Peace.